Hey guys, time for another book review. Today, I'm going to be talking about this. It is Fragments by Dan Wells. Get a better look at the cover there. And it is book 2 in the partial series. And it is pretty long, as you can see. I was so excited to get this at the library. I thought the wait for it would be much longer, but it wasn't super long, so I'm super happy. And I want to start off saying I liked the first book in the series better. I felt a bit of this could have been chopped down and like condensed a bit more. But at the same time, I see, it's nice to have some of the extra stuff in there for character development and stuff. But some parts I felt were a little dry, I guess. But I still liked the book. I just didn't like it as much as the first in the series. And I felt the passage of time seemed a little iffy. I got confused at times. But that's just me. It doesn't take much to confuse me, sadly. So there you go. So this takes place a bit after the events in the first book. In the last book, Kira finds out that she is some kind of partial. A partial that ages and grows and is human, and she doesn't understand this. And she's confused because her whole life is being questioned now. She finds out Nadia, the woman who raised her and her other sisters, was involved somehow with Paragen, the company who created the partials, and as was her father. Nadia disappears and leaves a picture of Kira when she's 5, a while before the break and the whole partial war. Her father and Nadia herself in front of the Paragen building. And it just says, "Find the Trust." And as we find out in the first book, the Trust is the group of people who basically give orders to all the partials. They're the highest on the food chain, partial-wise. So yeah, and this book takes place a while after Kira leaves the little settlement on Long Island and goes to look for the Trust. She's looking for any sign to find out what she is. And shit's going crazy. Dr. Morgan from the first book is trying to find Kira because she believes Kira holds the secret to figuring out the partial's expiration dates. And that's all she cares about. Kira still wants to find a cure for RM that doesn't involve the partial pheromone. And she needs to do it soon because babies are still dying because the cure she brought back was only enough for a few babies. So she's got to figure that out still. The partials are dying, so she wants to figure that out too because she's awesome like that. And yeah, this whole book is basically that. We found out at the end what Kira is, kind of, and it's kind of... I'm not going to give spoilers. I'll do that. I'll tell that when I read the third one, which isn't going to be until March, so I'm going to be, dying inside while I wait for that. The book switches perspective a bit between Kira and what's going on back in Long Island. Dr. Morgan has, invaded Long Island and looking for Kira and Nadia, and oh my god, the island puts up quite a bit of resistance, so go humans! This book is 564 pages, this copy at least, and sometimes it did not feel like it was that long. Sometimes I could just go through it like that. I would read, I would plow through a good part of the book, and then sometimes when it started getting more drier, I'm I still got through. It wasn't bad enough to turn me away from the book, but it was enough to be okay, can we kind of skip ahead a little bit, please? Please, can we get to a little more action? So some parts were a little drawn out, others were a good mix. We find out a little more. Sam comes back. I love Sam. But I feel Sam's personality isn't as... it's hard for me to explain. I like Sam's personality in the first book better. I feel he's more entertaining there. Here, I just feel like he's kind of bleh. Like I said, that's my opinion. So, I don't really think there's much more I can say on this without potentially going into super spoilers. So, short book review. Haha. Like I said, I liked this book. I enjoyed it, but I felt I liked the first one better. So, I felt a fair amount of like the travel and stuff could have been cut out, and time passage could have been a little more clear, I guess, for very easily confused people like myself. Yeah, I'd still recommend it. If you haven't read the first Partials book and you for some reason clicked on this, go read it. My phone likes going off when I make videos. So yes, go read it. Go read it now. And if anyone has recommendations for me to read later down the line, let me know. I always want more book suggestions. I love to read. I want input. Come on, guys.